Okay, now 5 seconds of empty noise.
All right.
I don't know why I held my breath for that.
I also held my breath, so we it alone.
It's like when you see someone underwater in a TV show, and so you start holding your breath.
Right? Like, oh my god, can I make it?
Anyway, we are going to come up with a design for a bad game idea. My name is Lehcar, and this is
I
my
am
illustrious guest, Hakeber. And today, I have a prompt that you have not yet heard. Well, technically you have heard it, but not in the context of this podcast. So today we're going to be coming up with an idea for a game called Horse Divorce. What? What kind of game is Horse Divorce?
Oh man, I am torn between a reverse dating sim, where you're trying to get a specific person to divorce you. Obviously, being a horse.
Your horse spouse?
Yes, your horse spouse.
That sounds like your horse spouse, which is a different type of divorce.
Or a courtroom-esque detective game.
Oh. What will you be like the private investigator investigating the spouse horse?
Yes. So either the private investigator or the spouse horse's attorney to find appropriate grounds for the divorce and division of assets.
Or like, what is it called when you get a divorce, but there's like somebody at fault for it?
An at-fault divorce.
Okay, yeah. So you're trying to find fault with the other horse?
Yes.
Well, let's see. I like both of these ideas. I like the idea of being the attorney for the horse divorce court. So that in the way that sounds like you might be an attorney for multiple horse divorces.
Potentially, yes. That could definitely expand gameplay.
Yeah. Like a Phoenix Wright, multiple cases.
Yes. That would be super fun. Maybe throw in some additional gameplay there where you meet with clients and decide whether or not you want to take on their horse divorce as a case.
Yes, that would be interesting. What kind of questions would you ask as the horse divorce lawyer?
Oh my goodness. I'd go with how long has the marriage lasted? Yeah, obviously you have to figure out if it's amicable or not. Like, are you wanting an at-fault divorce or are you wanting a no-fault divorce?
And it could be either. There are different cases for different parts of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, we live in a capitalist hellscape, so, what's your yearly income? So that I can take my portion of the horse divorce fee.
Is there a settlement for when you're getting a divorce? I don't think so, because you don't.
No, there's a division of assets, but you still have to. So lawyers still take a retainer.
Yeah.
And then depending on how many hours they spend working your case, you have to pay X amount an hour, just like you would a normal lawyer, except for you don't get a payout at the end, so they don't take a percentage of that.
The best part.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless, I guess, they garnish the other horse spouse's wages for the horse child support.
And that's fair. I feel like they typically don't garnish wages for that, because that's... I don't know exactly how it is with children, because I have 0, but I assumed that it's an agreed upon amount that ex-spouse will pay each month, presumably, a set amount.
I don't know. I have divorced parents, and then my dad never paid for anything, so I have no idea. Okay, so specifics of the divorce aside, the interview is done. You've decided to take the horse lady's case, or the horse gentleman's case, or the horse non-binary's case for their horse divorce. Yes. What's the next step in the game? You've done your interview process.
So presumably we're gonna go with we want an at-fault divorce.
That's the most exciting one.
Yes, of course. We don't want to talk about the other kind. That's boring paperwork. Which could also be part of the game.
Yeah. It's like papers, please, but horse divorce.
Yes. Anyway, at-fault divorce. Your horse client is wanting 100% of the marital assets because their horse spouse has been unfaithful to them.
Wow. Cheating is expensive.
Yes. In this particular instance, let's say that the horses are quite well off and that our horse client believes that their horse spouse cheated multiple times with multiple other horses and used much of the marital assets to court these other horses they were having affairs with.
I've been there, except I wasn't dating a horse and they weren't sleeping with horses. And they weren't really using my assets, but the multiple cheating thing, yes.
Yes. So very devastating.
Here's me, Lehcar, wanting a settlement. I want money from, here, let me spell this person's name backwards real quick. That one is at fault.
Yes. So first we need to gather evidence and proof that your horse spouse used marital assets for these affairs and that they were having affairs in general. Yes. So gameplay wise, we could do it a couple of different ways. We could do it more like Papers, Please, or like Orwell, if you've ever played Orwell.
I have not played Orwell.
Okay. It's pretty fun. You are a government crony, essentially, and you're trying to help them solve a mystery, and you have to sort through all of this data and pick data points to determine... Basically, I think the last one I played was to stop a terrorist plot. You have to figure out who is doing a thing and where and what based on scrubbing through people's Facebook pages, essentially.
Okay, yeah.
So it'd be something like that where you're digging through things that have been provided to you as the lawyer, emails, maybe Facebook or social media platforms to
get into the spouse's Cupid account. Okay, yes. Horse Cupid.
Yes, Horse Cupid. Okay, horse? I like Okay Horse.
Okay Horse is where we met up, where Lehcar and Nechit met up.
Yes.
But now we're getting a horse divorce.
Yes. So looking through all of that and compiling all of that, you could also go a different way where you're actually being a PI. And so you're following Let's just
call him Nye.
Okay. So you're following Nye to
his dates.
To get proof that they are having horse affairs.
Yes.
So that could be kind of fun. You could do like a car driving type of thing where you have to like stay further back. You can't like make yourself known or suddenly.
It's like a mini game pack, but under the guise of a horse divorce.
Yes.
Car following, then you have to park somewhere and just like watch with some binoculars or something.
Binoculars, a picture taking game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pokemon Go, but horse to horse.
Yes. So yeah, the next section of that game I think would be gathering that evidence one way or the other.
We also need to sift through like bank records and stuff.
Yes.
That will be part of the Orwell part of the game.
Absolutely, yes.
Nice. Okay. So then I guess there's two outcomes. I guess there could be more, but I'm not a lawyer and I don't know anything. But either we find them at fault or not at fault. So first off, what happens if they're not at fault? You like just couldn't find any pictures of them or find any evidence?
Yeah, the evidence was not all there. Couldn't be proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that they were cheating on their horse spouse. So in that case, I think. Oh, I guess it also depends. Do we have a horse prenup?
That would be something to ask during the interview.
That is fair. I completely forgot that those existed. Right,
Can you not get an at-fault divorce if you have a prenup?
You can still get an at-fault divorce if you have a prenup. The difference is your assets that you had prior to marriage are completely protected. So you would only be awarded assets that were acquired after the marriage. So
that honestly doesn't sound like a bad idea. Dang,
right?
I didn't get a prenup.
Yeah. People are real weird about prenups, but it's basically just like, hey, everything before this date, like whatever. I think some really rich people get kind of crazy with it.
That's usually what I hear, like on TV shows or stuff, is they get offended if they ask their spouse for a prenup. The spouse gets offended, the horse spouse.
Yeah, and that I don't really understand
all sorts.
why. Personally, but I'm also not, filthy rich. So
yeah, I suppose before I got married, I had the student loan debt. I had no savings, so really, my assets were like negative anyway. So.
Yeah. If I get divorced again, I would lose like, I don't know, half a car and like $500. So. Yeah. Like I don't need to protect that. That's fine. Yeah.
Don't separate MOOS-A-DEE LLC into different. It's mine. It's all mine.
Yeah. Okay, let's say we didn't have a prenup. Mm-hmm. So we are going to say that we are entitled 100% of the marital assets because our horse spouse has been cheating.
A dirty cheater. Not even just one horse, but multiple horses.
Multiple horses, multiple places. They've driven across state lines. Lots of terrible, terrible things.
Business trips, just more horse whores.
Yeah. Yes. So we are going to present our facts to the judge, and then I think based on the amount of data that you provide to the judge, the judge has a certain percentage of chance to rule in your favor. Mm-hmm. And obviously the more proof you provide, the higher that percentage goes up.
So then on the flip side, the faster you get cases through, you still get some money, but not as much money. So it's a balancing act.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so let's say they're at fault. We're awarded money and we take a cut. What does our horse lawyer do with that percentage of money? What is the next, like, the end of the gameplay loop?
That's a good question.
Like upgrade their office or something.
I would like to think that the end of the game loop is that our horse lawyer is promoted to the Supreme Court.
Well, that'd be like the end of the game. I was thinking of like at the end of the day in a restaurant sim, you have your income.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. I'm following now. Yeah, upgrading your offices, maybe
money to gift to the government entities so that you can get into the Supreme Court.
Yeah, maybe hiring a horse paralegal to assist with some of the data sifting or gathering. And like,
yeah, that can make things a little more efficient. Like maybe it pre-filters some of the stuff, or like highlights certain things that might be more interesting for your case.
Yeah. And then you get a selection of horse paralegals to hire, and you can, go through their stats.
Pick the one with the largest cans.
I mean, I guess.
I mean, cans of oats. I don't know.
Oh.
Sorry, in a horse mentality, I've apparently become very sexy.
Very.
I would never hire the horse with the largest cans in real life. Just silence. Okay, well, it has been about 15 minutes. I think that's good for our first bad game idea, the horse divorce. You're not really an internet human as much, so is there anything you would like to plug?
I would like to plug whatever Lehcar wants to plug.
Oh, okay. Well, this was completely unplanned, but since we're talking about bad game ideas and horses, I guess I just have bad games and horses on my mind. I will be working on Christmas Horse 4 in November.
Woo!
So you can go play Christmas Horse 1 through 3, and if you have a playdate, you can play Motor Horse, the prequel. All very nice, bad games. And that's what I suggest you look at.
I agree wholeheartedly. I personally love Christmas Horse and look forward to playing it every single year.
It's not a Christmas in the 2020s without a Christmas Horse.
That is true.
Okay, thank you for joining me, Lehcar. No, I'm Lehcar. Thanks for joining me, Hakeber.
You're welcome.
And have a terrible day.
Oh, you too, then.
Okay, bye. Hello, this is Rachel. I will apologize for the shitty microphone quality on my side, and also the background noise. My little sister said she might come over today, and my husband is frantically vacuuming the house and cleaning up. So, I will try to do a better microphone job next time, and not have surprise guests next time. So, but thank you for listening. This is just a random little project I might do every so often. I thought it sounded like fun. Bye! Don't spill my water, cat!